Welcome, everybody. It is episode number 358 of the OMG Hour, and of course, I am one of your two regular hosts, Sean Evans, otherwise known as Exy and Tiny, otherwise known as Ziantane.
All right, you say as one of your two regular. Is there some is there a secret guest host I wasn't made aware of?
Two, as in me and you, two.
Yeah,
We're two.
Yeah, I know, but you say it like there's going to be somebody who's going to jump in behind me and guest host or something that I'm not expecting. I'm scared.
You don't know.
All
sometimes right. Sometimes your daughter pops in.
That's true, and she could very well pop in to guest host today because she is home. So I am Tycko, Mr. Second Place, just to get the introduction part of the way, and then. Yeah, she's off school with the Ontario school board strike today. All of the schools in Ontario are on. The teachers are on strike.
All the public schools.
All the public schools. I think maybe the private. I don't know. I don't know what the private schools do.
Well, I mean, not the colleges and universities.
Oh yes, yeah. So high schools and elementary schools and the Catholic board, I believe, as well.
Yeah. Maybe.
They are all they are all out picketing and demanding some better circumstances overall. They are looking for more money, obviously, but they are also looking for better circumstances for the kids. And I have a parent of
it's more important for Doug Ford to give his constituents a 16% increase. Or not his constituent, his
cabinet.
Team, his cabinet. Yeah. It's more important they get a 16% increase, and the teachers should be happy with 2%. Come on now.
Listen, they're spending more money as shut up money to the parents. Every day that she's home from part of the strike, I get $60. So every parent.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so every parent can put in a claim for subsidized childcare costs. Depending on where your child is, at what school and what level and what grade, the government is now saying, well, we're sorry that this is an inconvenience. Take this money, and we're hoping this is going to shut you up. So they're spending millions of dollars as hush money to parents to try to get them on their side for this.
Well, you know what they could do in the meantime?
Play the teachers?
Play games.
Well, they could. My daughter is playing some Xbox right now. So, that's a good education for her on her day off.
Is she playing Darksiders Genesis?
No, that would be inappropriate for my 9-year-old daughter to be playing, Sean.
Well,
she's playing some Lego games.
Wait a minute. But come on, Tycko, you worked at EB. You know that 9-year-olds can play GTA.
Well, yeah, GTA, as long as their grandparents buys it for them.
Right, exactly. So you and I did play some Darksiders Genesis. We both received a review copy on Xbox.
Yes.
Tycko.
Yes.
I got a copy on Xbox just so I could play with you.
I know you did, and that was nice. And I wish we'd gotten a game that made more sense.
I wish we got a game that was actually fun.
Yeah, here's the thing. So we did play, I played a little bit solo, and then we hopped in, and it took forever for us to figure out how to get into a co-op game.
It did. It was a bit of a struggle, but we did manage to get it.
Settings. So we finally did it. We played through some stuff. Here's the thing about the game. It is part of the Darksiders universe, but it's completely changed the style of gameplay.
Yeah, it's like a Diablo. It's a Diablo-style game now.
Yeah, so it went from a platformer, Zelda-type game, to a Diablo-style game.
Yes.
And they decided, well, people are familiar with the characters from the other games, so we're not going to give you any tutorials about how any of the buttons work or why you're doing any of the stuff or what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Just smash a bunch of buttons and don't know why you're doing it. And,
it wasn't a hard game to figure out.
No.
I'll give it that. And as you gain new abilities, it says, okay, we'll do this. But I'm going to be honest, some of the button presses and some of the sequences make no sense. I feel like you have to press 3 or 4 buttons in a row just to do one thing. I have 2 different ammo. So I was playing as Strife. You were playing as War.
Yes.
And Strife has so War is melee. Strife is more about the ranged gun attacks, right?
Yes.
And you can get multiple ammo types. You can have ammo type 1, ammo type 2, which is right trigger or right bumper, depending on which is where your 2 ammos are. I received a new ammo type, which is like this laser beam, which was actually pretty cool. But for some reason, every time I went to use it, it would suddenly switch back to the pulse rifle. And in order to put it back to the laser, you have to hold down left trigger, use the right thumbstick to roll around to where you want, and then press the right bumper to assign it. And you're trying to do all of that while you're playing a live, like a real-time action game.
Yeah, okay, so I think you were doing it wrong. Because I've played some as Strife since then. So when you're playing single player, you can switch between the two characters at any time.
Yes.
And there's some puzzles will require certain things. And so what it normally is your right trigger is your regular ammo for your gun, and the right bumper is your special ammo or your secondary shot.
Yes.
And for some reason, and I don't know why this has that happened to you, where it kept, because so you're supposed to set the secondary ammo, the special ammo, to that right bumper by doing that thing where you hold down LB and select it. For some reason, it kept kicking it off for you. It's supposed to just stay there.
It's supposed to stay there.
Yeah, once you run out of ammo, you just have to wait for the ammo to recharge.
Exactly. But it kept switching back to the original second ammo.
Yeah, that is an odd thing, and I don't know why it did that. It makes no sense.
No, it was ridiculous. Right in the middle of a fight, it switched back to the pulse ammo.
Yeah, there's a number of things. There's a spot where I had to throw my the Vorpal blade, which is basically like a 3-bladed batarang, and I had to throw it to light some torches. And I had to throw it through fire, and I had to do a special thing. So I had to hold left bumper, aim, hold left bumper, then aim at the thing, then select the 3 things I wanted to light up for it to fire the thing through, catch fire, and then take it through. But it didn't, nothing popped up on screen saying, "Oh, do this."
No,
the torches weren't highlighted saying, "Hey, by the way, you may want it." It's not like it gave you a little glowy hint or anything like saying, "Hey," I get it. Sometimes games don't want to hold your hand through things, but
a little bit of info would have helped, because you and I spent 10 minutes in one little area trying to figure out how because we were in a spot where we couldn't go back and we couldn't go forward.
Right. So we're just sitting there trying to figure it out. And because we didn't know what we were supposed to be doing, and I get it, games sometimes they don't want to hold your hand, but you need like a gentle nudge sometimes to give you an idea, because what happens is you get frustrated and you decide
it wasn't intuitive. That was the problem.
Yeah. Now I've gone, and the other thing that this game does. So this is an Xbox game. This is all on PlayStation and Xbox and probably PC. I don't know. I assume those guys.
I'm not even sure if it's PC, but yeah, maybe.
They play games too. Maybe Switch. Who knows? Possibly. The achievements. Everybody knows I'm a big achievement guy. I love playing games for achievements. This game is like
the worst.
Doug Ford of giving out achievements, basically. We played. I think because we played and we played. I played solo, then we played co-op, and we went through. And we were in like chapter 3 or 4 when we stopped. I went back in, so I have about 4.5 hours of gameplay in before I popped my first achievement.
And that was just for collecting boatman coins.
Yeah,
there was no achievement for, hey, great, you just defeated the first big boss.
Beat chapter 1, beat chapter 2.
Right, simple ones,
Killed this many of this guy, even. Like, nothing. Like, it's those little... we're in a society now where we want something. Like when I go to Tim Hortons, I have to buy 7 coffees and I get a free coffee, and I feel like I've got an achievement when they say, this one's free.
We want that. We want that award. No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I felt the same way, honestly, about Darksiders Genesis. I was playing it for a couple of hours. Then you and I played it for an hour or two together. Yeah. And both of us were commenting. I mean, we've been playing this game for 4 hours and not a single achievement yet. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Like, we defeated a couple of bosses. We defeated several chapters. And yet, not even a single achievement yet. What is this? And, But achievements aside, honestly, while we were playing, I honestly just felt bored with the game. I didn't feel like this game wasn't calling to me saying, you got to play more, you got to play more. I felt like it just was just mundane.
Like it's okay, but there's nothing bringing me back. There's no like, hey, get to this next checkpoint. There's nothing that's really dragging me back into the game. It's not a bad game. It's a good game. I like the Diablo style of it. I like the look of it. I do feel the game look itself. I like the little cutscenes and the little comic book cutscenes. I really like that look. I feel the game thing it's a lot of colors, and I tend to lose track of where I am.
Yes, your character definitely gets lost in the scenery, or even when you're fighting mobs of creatures. Yeah. Is like, where am I? I don't even know where I am anymore. So it is easy because your characters are not that large on screen, you know, and they do blend into the world itself. Now, graphically, the game's beautiful. It controls well, except for I feel like there's just way too many button presses to do one little thing.
And this is like some of your special moves and stuff like that. And when you get further into the game, you're going to have more special moves. So it's going to be like a whole game of Twister trying to like do some of these things. Like hold left trigger, aim to the right, press B and A at the same time while standing on your head. Like it feels like it's going to get a lot more complicated.
See, you just messed it up. You forgot to stick your tongue out.
No, I was trying to do an uppercut, not a.
Listen, I don't know. It's a great Diablo style game, but I don't know. I would rather play Diablo. I mean, Diablo just played so fluidly. There was
so smooth,
and this does not have that feel. This game feels too complicated for what it really is, and I was not enjoying it.
Yeah, and the story too, because they don't do a lot of tutorial or anything like that, or like I didn't get a lot of the story to pull me into it either. Like I don't feel like Diablo. When I first played Diablo, I felt like super invested right away.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Diablo, I wanted to keep playing every day until I was done, and Darksiders Genesis, I was done after that. 4 hours or so that I played, and then you and I played together.
Yeah, I've gone back in and played some more because I really needed at least one achievement.
I get it.
And I have gone back in a couple of times since and played through, but like nothing other than the fact that I don't really have anything else to play right now is dragging me into that.
Yeah. Well, I did play something this week that was actually blew me away. And let me start by saying that this is a game that was announced, I want to say 4, maybe 5 years ago. This is Media Molecule's Dreams. And when they first announced Dreams, I was kind of confused. I'm like, what is, I don't get it. What is this game? And this was not on my radar. This was not a game like, man, I cannot wait to play Dreams. It was not on my radar, Tycko, so much so that it released a year ago in early access on PlayStation so that gamers could get in and start creating things basically almost a year before release. So it was early access, meaning you pay for the game and you can start playing with it while they're continually adding to it before release. Just like they do on Steam. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's how far off my radar this game was, Yeah. So it finally released on Friday, and Sony sent me a review code for it. I'm like, cool, I'm going to check out Dreams. So I went into Dreams not really knowing what to expect from this. And for those of you familiar with Little Big Planet, how I think it was Little Big Planet 3, is that right? That allowed you to basically create games within the system itself.
Yeah.
Dreams is like that next leap forward. Imagine Media Molecule saying, you know what? You know that really cool Unreal Engine that everybody uses for developing games? What if we turn that into a game and let people use it to create their own? What if we created literally a game engine that you could create any kind of game you want, and that's what Dreams is?
Yeah, we've seen similar stuff to this. Like Mario Maker is a huge game right now for Nintendo. People absolutely love that. Like you said, Little Big Planet. Project Spark on the Xbox was one that was similar,
which failed actually.
Horribly.
Now, Dreams itself, I'm going to for those watching the YouTube, I'm going to be playing a video here that is. There is an included story that comes with Dreams. It's called Art's Dream. And this is a story. It is a feature-length story. So it took 2, maybe 3 hours to play. And what this does, this is literally like, this is what you can do with Dreams. This is sort of here's a full-on adventure story.
Yeah.
That shows you many different things you can do with it. And I'm talking flight simulator. I'm talking music videos, action platformers, first person, point and click adventure. It takes all of these things, and Art's Dream shows all of these styles of games within one rather fantastic story, Tycko. I am not even kidding you when I tell you that Art's Dream, as short as it is one of the most intriguing and satisfying stories I have played in a while. Like, that short 2 to 3 hour window was worth the price of admission into Dreams. That's how good this little story was. But what blows my mind is that Art's Dream was completely created 100% in Dreams. Everything about this story was done in Dreams, meaning you or I could create a game like this.
Well, you could.
But no, but what I'm saying is anybody could, really.
Yeah.
With time and effort, anybody could create this kind of game in Dreams. And that's what they're showing with this. But I got to tell you that this story was absolutely fantastic. Not only does the world look beautiful, but you can do anything you want in Dreams. And as I'm playing through it, I'm thinking, this is blowing my mind how this is even possible on a PlayStation. You know? Yeah. There's many things you can do. So it uses the motion controller a lot. Right, so in the actual game itself, or in whatever game you're playing within the game, it's like Inception. It's literally dream within a dream, right? Because it's literally Inception. But you have this thing called an imp, which just looks like a little teardrop character, right? Different styles, different designs, different colors, but you choose one you want to use as your imp, and you can move him around using the controller's 6-axis controls. It just knows where you're pointing, right? Or you can use the move controllers as you're designing. You can use them. So yeah, I mean, there's in Art's Dream, there's action adventure, there's point and click, there's music videos, there's like a flight simulator style level, like you name it, it's in here. And it sounds eclectic, but the way the story is told, Tycko, it all fits together phenomenally. And it just, like I said, it blows my mind how this was all created in Dreams. Now, as an example of how versatile this game is, I was reading an article, I was actually watching a video, I think it was IGN. I think it was IGN. Was the link I sent you the other day, was that IGN? Somebody recreated...
No, that seems like too much.
I think I might have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Somebody, Tycko, recreated PT. You remember PT?
I do remember PT.
Somebody recreated PT in Dreams. What? Like, actually recreated it.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. It was unbelievable. Like, it just blows my mind how this is possible. And not only that, I have an example of it here. But somebody, just give me a second to, I kind of don't want to stop the Dreams, the Art's Dream video from stopping, because it's just so amazing what you can do in this system.
It really is. It's like the styles and the look and feel of each of these games that you're seeing here is so different. It's amazing that it's all in one. It's all in one package, and this package is only $49.99 Canadian. It's a $50. That's free in the States. It's a $50 game, and that's it. It's $50. That's why I said that Art's Dream, the included story exam. I'm going to call it an example. The story example is worth $50 just to play it. It's that good. But someone else, as I'm going through the Dreamscape, I think it's called the Dreamscape, where you can choose different games that, because once you create a dream, you can share it to the world, right? You can play someone else's dreams, and you can you're publishing them, and anyone who worked on it gets credit. It's really cool. So you can work together with other players, and everybody gets credit for that game, and it's right there in the credits of the game. It's absolutely fantastic. But as I'm going through and I'm checking out all these things,
what do I see? I see something called Fallout 4. And not only that, okay, great, someone's called all Fallout 4, but no, you know what the picture is? The picture is the power armor.
So somebody recreated Fallout.
Yeah, check this out. This is Fallout 4 that somebody has actually created in Dreams. I mean, can we just watch this for a second? This is unbelievable. I'm blown away with how this is even possible.
Yeah, and how does it play? Like, does it play like Fallout? Like,
it plays like Fallout. I mean, it says right in the title WIP. It is a work in progress. So you're playing. Yeah. There's only, I think, right now 2 missions available. So it's totally a work in progress. Yeah. Right. But look, there's a Mr. Handy. I mean, it looks just like a Mr. Handy.
Yeah.
Like
it looks, and the visuals look exactly like Fallout. As well. Yeah. I'm wondering how long it's going to take before somebody sues them.
Like how? Well, there's that, but how? How is this done? I don't. There's the Pit Boy.
Yeah, like they're getting sued on this. Like I don't know. Like there's gonna and that like this. Who's responsible for this at this point? Like I wonder. Like does Sony have to go through and say that looks fantastic? I'm sorry, you can't put that up.
I don't know.
Bethesda's gonna sue the crap out of us for this.
Honestly, because you're not making money on it, though. That's the thing, right? You're not selling it. This is a free to play.
Sony's making money on Dreams, though. So by them offering this up in the download thing,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not making money off this. Nobody's making money off this Fallout 4. Yeah. Okay. It is free for anyone to play. It is created by a creator, and it's not being sold. So I believe. And I could be wrong.
But Bethesda could argue that people playing this are now not buying their games because they can play this one for free, so therefore they're losing out on revenue.
God. No, I mean,
hey, listen, lawyers out there will.
I know lawyers, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the consequences are of doing something like this. Yeah. But I mean, imagine you could create a Mario game, right? What's Nintendo going to do?
Well, like, Nintendo will sue you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo is definitely going to try to go after it, right? Yeah. Because it's like, well, because it's unlimited what you can do in Dreams, and honestly, I'm blown away. But the thing with Dreams is, don't expect to jump in and just suddenly create something.
Oh, be able to do this? No, this is going to take. No, this is obviously somebody who has some developing background who's built this and
has probably started working on this last year in early access. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's included in Dreams are all sorts of tutorials and videos, and like it guides you through everything where you can actually sit down and start creating stuff. But it is going to take a lot of time and effort to make something as good as Art's Dream, for example.
So are they all games, or can you make like little movies and stuff too?
Oh, you can make movies, you can make music videos, you can do anything you want. You can create just artwork. There are what they call jams. I'm going to switch back to Art's Dream just because it's beautiful to watch. But they every week they're going to have jams, okay, where players can go in and submit their own things toward the jam, and it's a specific topic. Last week's jam was food. So it was literally just people were creating artwork in Dreams. It wasn't a game. There was no interactivity. It was just artwork. And somebody actually created what looks like a diner table with a hot dog with all the toppings, French fries on the side, a couple of fries on the table, a drink sitting beside it. And it looked like a photograph, Tycko. But it was created in Dreams.
All right, I want to try this now, Sean. I wish to try this now or later. Yeah, later. I guess I'll wait. I've never been one who's been very good. Like Mario Maker, I know people love it. I'll play people's levels. Right. But I've never won Little Big Planet. I'll play people's stuff. Even Project Spark. Like these are games that I think are really cool. I'm not a
developer.
Like I don't know how. I'm very curious about this. I think this is really neat, and I think that there's some amazing possibilities for stuff like this. I don't know how well I would do with it, but I'm still very that even saying that, looking at all the different styles and everything that you've seen, I would really like to try to do something. It'll be horrible. It'll be one of those like kill me now sort of creations.
Well, what's neat about this is we could collaborate, right?
Yeah.
So you could actually work with people on a game and collaborate. I'm assuming online you can collaborate and share your production with someone else, and you can each go in and give them editing rights to work on it. And I've got a couple of ideas. One's an older idea I was actually trying to create in Unreal, and I'm wondering if I should just revisit this in Dreams and see if I can't just sort of create my own version of that game in Dreams. And I may actually sit down and try to do that. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm good with the telling people what to do part, but I'm not good at the building part. I can say, hey, this would look really cool if you do this and then do this, but the actual making of it is not my forte.
Right. No, I hear you. But it's also, it takes a lot of patience, right? You need patience and time. Like, you got to sit down and spend hours each night polishing and working on this stuff, because you're working in a 3D space.
Yeah.
Right? So... Anyway, I mean, I could go on about... We could create an entire show just around Dreams, but that's probably not what our listeners want right now. We are getting on in time, but I do want to talk about one thing. We've talked about...
let's talk about the one thing.
We've talked about this before, but it's gotten to that point now where, as of tomorrow, February 22nd, which is also actually my birthday...
Congratulations on living this long, Sean.
Congratulations for another rotation around the sun.
Yes, you made it.
I made it. Yeah, next year is more significant, though.
Is it?
Yeah, next year's the big 5-0. It's like, what?
You are old.
Half a century, man. Anyway,
I'm still 28.
I hear you.
My counting skills are suspect.
I think my daughter thinks I'm 28 too. That's what she keeps telling me anyway. But it's like, wow.
How much money did she ask for?
She didn't ask for anything. Anyway, Google Stadia. My Google Pro thing actually expires tomorrow, the 22nd. And just out of curiosity, I went in and I said, you know what? I want to look at Google. Just give it one last look, just to make that final decision if I'm going to definitely stay canceled. Yep. And I went in. Tycko, it's been 3 months since they launched. There are 28 whopping games in their library, and they want $12.99 a month to stay as a pro member.
And of these 28 games, how many do you already own on other systems, Sean?
A lot of them. What? Why is Google talking to me?
Oh, because we said the word Google a number of times.
Oh, we must have. Oh my gosh. Most of those games I've played. Or I don't care to play.
Yeah, you would have already played them on something else. You're not getting a lot of,
Well, there's no exclusives. There's one exclusive. It's called Guilt. One exclusive to Stadia.
So they felt guilty about not having anything, so they put one game up there?
Called Guilt. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I have an article that I read yesterday, and it is actually, it's quite telling what is going on here. And... it's Doronikev, Google's Andrei Doronikev is in charge of gamer experience at Stadia. And he basically says, this is the article says, this is from Engadget, though players have been complaining about a lack of updates, technical issues, missing features, and a dearth of new games, Doronikev argued the service was still new, and Google had actually grown it significantly since launch. Besides, he said, it's not about the daily experience in the early days, it's about the end goal, the 8K lag-free game streaming utopia that Google promised when it debuted Stadia. In other words, this is fine. No, I'm sorry, but it's not fine. Listen, you sold us on a product... gave us 3 free months on a product you didn't deliver, and now you want us to pay $12 a month for something you have yet to deliver.
And now what's going to happen is everybody's going to cancel their subscriptions. They're going to stop paying for it, and then they're going to come out and say, well, we don't have the money to give you the 8K blah, blah, blah that we promised you because we don't have enough subscribers.
not only that, but they also send out this mixed signal because they say, oh, we can do 4K streaming, of all these games. But then there's an asterisk beside it. Developer must support it. These games don't run in 4K. You must have this in order to work for it to. It's like, you tell us it can do this, but then you caveat it with all of these different reasons why we're not getting that.
Yeah, there's some problems, and I think that him basically doing a Trump interview is not going to satisfy. Like you want to tell me this is fine, and they're still on. Great, people. When you get to that point, then maybe you'll get people start paying $12 a month. But why are people going to?
You know what?
Support you for $12 a month. Listen,
yes,
our show is going to be the greatest podcast in the history of the world.
It absolutely is.
In 15 years from now, so
stick around,
giving us money now. No, start giving us money.
Oh, good.
So we can get there. We want $20 a month, from every single person, available, because eventually we'll get there, right?
Right.
That's what he's saying. Like we're probably going to get there eventually. So just keep giving us money now. It's a ridiculous ask. Particularly this day and age when people have so many options with their gaming funds, with their discretionary funds. There's so many things people can do with this stuff now.
Yeah.
Why would they spend $12 a month when you're not giving them anything?
But compare that $12 a month to the $12 or $14, whatever it is, for Xbox Game Pass, which is delivering month after month after month with quality games.
Yeah, Game Pass. If you get the Game Pass Ultimate with the I just got a new PC, so I can actually look at games that are PC games now,
right?
Which is kind of cool. And for $16 a month, I get everything on the Xbox. I get all there's a ton of games that I can play on the PC as well. Yeah, and there's just so many for that. It's just so much more content for what you can get with, as opposed to what they're saying is, well, here's our big pile of nothing.
Yeah, well,
continue to give us your money.
Here's my problem. This is where I'm coming from personally. So I shelled out the money for Google Stadia Founders Edition. Okay?
Yep.
Listen, I don't regret doing it. I'm not saying I regret it. I'm not saying I want my money back. What I'm saying is, Google, you convinced us this was going to be cool. I bought in on it. I'm fine with buying in on it. You told us we're going to get some free months. But you're also screwing those of us who bought in on it on day one.
Right.
Right? In order for us to continue with what you've given us as a founding member, you're telling us we have to give you $12 a month for no return. And you're screwing those of us who bought in from day one. And
the early adopters are
not going to have
screwed.
it.
That's a problem.
We're not going to have any part of that. We're all leaving. I've seen message after message after message of people saying, yeah, there's no way. I'm leaving. I'm canceling my membership. And I'm the same way. There's no way I'm giving Google $12 a month for nothing. Improve your service, then maybe I'll come back. Show me why I should come back. But right now it's just not there. And I don't feel like they care. That's the biggest thing. Based on his comments, he's like, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We have a vision.
Acknowledge that you're not where you wanted to be. Acknowledge that. Don't tell people we're fine, because then people will be, okay, well, when you're actually fine, we'll give you money.
Yeah. You know what? We'll tell you if you're fine. But you're not fine. I'm sorry. But no, you're not fine. Don't tell us you're fine, because we'll tell you you're not, and we're the ones giving you money. So, there you go. Okay. /rant. Rant over.
All right.
Good?
I feel like a weight, and I didn't even buy the thing. I feel a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. So,
all right. Well, then it's time to put more weight on your shoulders as we move back to the dungeon in another episode of D.E.A.D.
Like, it's been 2 weeks and I'm still hurt.
Of course you're still hurt. You're the one who stuck your fingers in a spider web.
And a snake's mouth.
All right. Here we go. Let's do D.E.A.D. episode number 6. Previously on D.E.A.D. Spiders. Why did it have to be spiders? While Sean continues to fill his pockets with loot, Tycko continues to take a beating, losing health faster than he can gain it. If only that spider bite brought with it some kind of Tycko Tingle to help him avoid the dastardly traps in this dungeon. And now, the continuation.
Dungeon Explorer's Adventuring Department, how may I direct your call?
All right, so we are back in the dungeon. Tycko just got bit. He's got 2 red health left. Tycko, I think you need to heal yourself or find some other ways to heal yourself.
Yeah, I keep doing that by sticking my hand into everything possible, hoping that it's, a healing well of some sort. Apparently, a spider's web is not where you do that.
That is the bad place to do it. So, yeah. Tycko, it is your turn. We have nothing to listen to start off today's adventure. So it is your turn. And do you remember what it is you were going to do next?
Oh, okay. So,
I think you were going to look at that stone. I also noticed at 609 where you are, there's writing on the wall.
Yeah, and there's some writing in a few places in the dungeon, but they're not like, let's check out. So I can't get hurt. I can't get hurt reading something, can I? Let's try that. Let's 609. Let's just try to read.
All right. 609. All right, you can check out what's on the wall. Here we go.
You see a message scrawled on the stone wall. Beware of the beast from the depths.
Oh, ominous. The beast from the depths. And that corresponds to the strange map we have where the 4th one down at the bottom of the cross, I'm calling it the cross because that's the shape. It says caution.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if one of those levers takes us to the basement or the door where Edric is. Now, Tycko, I think we should buy one of those keys from Edric.
Well, we have how many keys right now?
We have only 1 bronze key. We need 3 to open up that door. So should I go ahead and buy another one from Edric?
You're the one with the money, so you can decide what you want to do with your funds.
All right, let me go talk to Edric again, and we'll get another one of these keys.
Are you exploring this location for the first time?
No, we're not.
If so, then read entry 468. If not, read on here. Edric greets you warmly. Ah, it's you again. Do you maybe still want to buy something? To purchase a medicinal herb, return 1 coin to the box and take adventure card 18. To purchase a ring, return 2 coins to the box and take adventure card 19. To purchase a bronze key, return 1 coin to the box and take adventure card 20. You can purchase as many items as you can afford. You can talk to Edric at any time to make another bargain.
All right, so Tycko, we have 3 coins to our name.
All right.
He does have a medicinal herb for 1 coin, which might help with your spider bite.
I can eat that cheese, too.
You can also eat the cheese, but I'm wondering if the medicinal herb, because the spider bite also said you could combine it, I'm wondering if the medicinal herb will get rid of the spider bite, because remember, now you're going to take 2 damage for every 1.
Yeah, I do need to get some good healing in me. Okay, so how many coins do we have?
We have 3 coins, and he's got 4 coins worth of product. The bronze key is 1 coin. The medicinal herb is 1, and he's also got a ring for 2 coins, and I don't know what the ring is for yet. So,
well, I mean, it's for fancy dinner parties when you want to,
obviously.
Show.
I'm going, well, since it is my turn, I'm actually going to go ahead and purchase the medicinal herb for card 18. So this is the medicinal herb. All right, and it says here, oh, you remember that spiders avoid this herb. Free action. You may eat the herb anytime during your turn to heal 2 health points. When you do, return it to the adventure box. So you have a medicinal herb and cheese, which will also heal you. So I have to get rid of one of these coins. So let's get rid of coin number 22 there. So that coin is now gone. I am also going to purchase another bronze key and take adventure card 20. So that gives us a 2nd bronze key. All right. And then I shall return coin number 21, leaving us with only 1 coin left. All right, so now we have 2 bronze keys plus the medicinal herb. Now I'm wondering, Tycko, it is your turn now, but what if you combined the medicinal herb, which is 18, with the spider bite of 26?
All right, let's try that.
Okay, so 18, 26 is you're going to try?
Yeah.
All right. 1826.
A pleasantly cool feeling spreads around the wound as you apply the paste of masticated comfrey. Return adventure cards 18 and 26 to the box.
Nice. So you got rid of the medicinal herb. You didn't heal anything, but you did get rid of
heal,
your...
but I no longer...
You got rid of your spider bite, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of that.
It's probably one of those things that later on, it's like, if you still have a spider bite, develop the ability to walk up walls or something. And I'm going to have missed out.
All right. So that was your turn. I've talked to Edric. There's not much else I can do in this room with Edric.
Edric is 407. I was looking at it. Looks like it's behind him, but that's...
Yeah, no, that's him. I've checked everything else out in the room. 705 is the other lever we haven't checked yet.
Correct.
I'm a little bit afraid. But you know what?
You got full health. What are you afraid of? It's like
fine.
Die immediately. No. It's gonna be. I'll guarantee you. Here's my guess is a bag of coins drops, misses you, and you become the richest person in the dungeon.
Oh, I like that. I win the lottery in the dungeon. All right. Yeah. Here we go. I'm checking the lever 705.
You pull down firmly on the lever, but it seems to be stuck. Is room card D already in play? If so, then read entry 165. Otherwise, nothing happens. But something tells you that you might be able to make progress here later.
Okay, so room card D is in progress.
Yes.
Oh, does that mean... Oh, did I just do something to you?
Oh, I guarantee it's going to hit me.
All right, I have to read entry 165.
Yeah. With a jerk, you finally manage to move the lever down. It seems to have triggered a mechanism, because when you pass your ear to the wall, you can hear a soft hum and the clattering of gears. The stone mask above the portal in the room across the corridor finally closes its deadly mouth. Fantastic. You found a way to deactivate the trap. Return room card D to the box. Take room card Q and place it where room card D was previously. Then place all the character figures that were on room card D on room card Q instead. Read entry Q.
Okay, so we're essentially replacing the room you're in.
Yeah.
Room card Q, and I'll just pull it out now. Since it's not really a new room per se, I guess we'll determine now whether or not we continue. Room card Q. All right. That's quite a ways down. My goodness. It's like a second to last room. All right. Room card Q. Basically, it shows 709 and 809. Oh. Sorry, I just hit my mic. So, two of the numbers change. 109 becomes 709.
Okay.
209, which is what you're standing beside, becomes 809. And it shows that the mouth is now closed. It's essentially the same room. Okay. Everything else is the same, except 209 and 109 become 709, 809. But it is the same room, and we'll show that up next week. Okay. But for now, Tycko, why don't you take your final move?
All right. Well,
I'm not sure what I did to you.
Yeah. You opened the door, so I'm going. Yeah, like you've given us the opposite. So whatever. Is a 109 turned into 709?
Yes, but I think we need keys for that. Do you want to? Well, last week you were going to check that stone on the floor, 409.
Okay, let's look at that because we don't have the 3 keys yet.
Right.
So let's go with that. So let's go 409 to see if that stone does anything fun or just hits me in the face. Somehow it's going to have a spring underneath of it, launch up, hit me in the face, knock me back into the spider's web. I'll get bit again.
Okay, but first, before we do that, we do need to read entry Q, which is the room we just found. So let's listen to that first.
All right.
The mask has closed its deadly mouth. You can now reach the portal 709 and woodpile 809 unscathed.
Oh, I saved you from checking those. Basically, I think you would have been injured had you tried to check those 2 items.
Oh, well. That would have set off probably darts to my face or something.
Exactly. You would have. You would have been injured. So you're welcome.
Well, I appreciate less death.
All right. So you're going to check 409?
409 it is.
All right, and then this will be the last move for today, and we'll continue our adventure again next week.
One of the stone slabs in the floor, just near you, wobbles when you step on it. Is something maybe hidden underneath? Do you want to lift up the stone and take a look underneath? If so, then read entry 322.
Do you wish to open it up?
I wish to open it up.
And spiders fly out.
It's probably like snakes with like spider legs.
Oh, good. Good.
Well, that's a scary
You try
thought,
with all your
you know?
might to lever the stone out, but the crack is just too small. Maybe you could manage it if you had the right tool.
Oh. You need a tool. Like
You have a knife?
like a knife, maybe?
A kniff?
All right, you know what? I'm reneging. I'm gonna head up the stairs. Woo. Oh, hey, Tycko.
Hey, use that knife on that
How you
floor
doing?
thingy.
All right, I'm gonna do 24, which is the knife. 24409. Here we go. And this is it. This is it for today. I promise.
Promise.
Unless something amazing happens.
Yeah.
With a precise stab, you wedge the knife into the gap beside the loose stone slab. After a few attempts, you're able to lift the stone slightly. You should be able to reach under the stone now. It'll probably break the blade, though. If you think it's worth taking the risk, read entry 244.
Is it worth taking the risk to get rid of the knife?
I've been bitten by everything in this thing so far. Do you think I'm not going to take a risk?
244. Yeah, but this is me taking the risk, remember?
I'm just saying, but don't ask me because I'm going to say risk.
You're standing beside me waiting for me to get a hit.
Slowly
No,
but
it's
surely,
not me.
you loosen the stone with your knife. As feared, the blade breaks after a while. But what you do discover beneath the stone makes up for this. Return adventure card 24 to the box. Take adventure card 44.
All right, so...
Even better knife.
right? All right, so we lost the knife.
Yep.
Let's get rid of that. And I get adventure card 44, which is this card right here. What is 44, Tycko? It is a snake with spiders. No. Oh, sorry, Tycko. It's another gem.
Oh,
It's
man.
an emerald. I now have a ruby and an emerald.
Well, you're not going to get to keep them. We're going to need to slot them into like eye sockets of a giant statue or something.
Maybe. It says they're worth 2 points. So if that's true, I'm winning. I have 2 points. 4 points now. So
Yeah, but this is like golf.
end game points.
My -4 health is actually
Good.
winning
It's
right now.
good. So that is it for today's episode of D.E.A.D. Make sure you tune in next week for more episodes, and we'll see where this goes next.
Hey, I got healed and no damage this week. I like this.
Well, no damage. Yeah, you got healed from your bite, but you didn't actually get any health back.
Yeah.
All right, we got to work on that. All right, until next time.
Dungeon Explorer's Adventuring Department, how may I direct your call?
All right. Good. It's progressing well. I'm glad I saved you from imminent death.
Me too. I'm much happier to be less dead than
I
I
honestly
was.
didn't realize that those things were trapped. It's a good thing you didn't try to look at them.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, I guess if I touched it, it would have been like, and a dart to the neck, and you're dead.
That's it. You're gone.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. Now I guess we move. I don't know. You want to talk about movies or something?
Oh, you watch any movies?
Or TV? I did actually watch a movie. You know, Dorothy and I sat down. We heard really good things about Ford versus Ferrari, which is a true story.
That's the latest in the Disney Cars franchise, right? Is that not an animated sequel to
No,
Cars?
Sorry, that's wrong story.
Oh, okay.
No, so it's a story of Carol Shelby, and Miles. Is it John Miles? Who basically it was Ford wanted to beat Ferrari in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And it's a story of how they did that, and kind of also how the Ford company kind of screwed Miles out of actually winning Le Mans. It's a great story, so well acted. I mean, it's Christian Bale and Matt Damon. Fantastic. Like the movie was great. It's like 2.5 hours long, but it doesn't feel like that. It is so well done. Like, and I mean, even if you're not a car buff, like I didn't know the story going into it. I'm not a car buff, but the story was so well done, really well told.
I find a lot of these ones that are sort of based on, historical moments in that I find that they do such a good job at storytelling, even if I don't care about the event at all and I've never done any research and I do that. It's like, wow, that was so cool. Now I want to find out more about that,
Yes.
the history of this.
Yeah. We actually, while we're talking about true life stories, we actually watched Harriet a few weeks ago as well, which is the story of Harriet Tubman. And that was just fantastic. Right. Again, another great movie. I love those movies that really tell like true history and how things actually were, so well.
Yeah. Cause I similar story. I watched the Charlie's Angels movie. And
so did we. Oh yeah, I didn't write it down, but so did we.
It was because it was not good. It wasn't.
What?
I'll say this.
It
wasn't bad.
Terrible. It was Charlie's Angels. Come on. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what you want from Charlie's Angels, but that was Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not a good movie, but I was entertained for the however long I sat through it.
I thought it was fun. I laughed.
Fun is the right word.
I laughed. Like Kirsten Stewart in that, like, she was hilarious. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like Kirsten Stewart finally went to acting school. Because this was not the Kirsten Stewart from Twilight days. Very stiff.
She had a lot more range of emotion.
Yeah, she was hilarious. She was like, finally, the girl can act. Because back in the day, she was like a stone, just acting. Like, there's no emotions whatsoever in her. Now, she seems to have this range. It's like, okay, this girl went to acting school finally.
So I did watch one other movie in the last couple of weeks before. It is a horrible movie.
Oh, are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
I don't know. It was bad though. Called the Velocipaster.
I heard about this. Velocipaster. It's about a pastor who can transform into a velociraptor.
Yeah, he finds some gem that gives him the power to turn into and it is as poorly acted as you can possibly have. And there's sometimes when you see something, it's like it's poorly acted, but you feel like they meant for it to be poorly acted. And then you see some of them where you're like, I don't know what they were like. It's clearly the lowest budget. Like, I think I have more money in my wallet right now than the budget of this movie.
Wow.
It is an absolutely ridiculous. So, this pastor, his parents are killed by a drug lord ninja.
Oh, a drug lord, not just a drug lord, but a drug lord ninja.
Yeah. And so he ends up, going on some sabbatical to reflect, and he ends up finding this thing and getting these powers of the Velocipaster. And then he ends up, meeting a hooker with a heart of gold, and they end up, and so he has to save her, and he has to fight these ninjas, and so they get through to the final battle. And up until that, it's just a cheesy plastic raptor mask every once in a while doing something.
Really?
But then they have him, the final battle is him as the thing fighting the ninjas. And you've seen those inflatable dinosaur costumes? I
was just going to ask, is that what it is?
That's what it is. It is like the budget for this is so terrible. It's that doing kung fu, fighting these. It is bad.
Did you actually fit it? I thought you had told me you started watching it and couldn't get through it.
I did watch it to the end because I had to see it. I had to see what this was going to become, and it is.
Is Tommy Wiseau's The Room better than this film?
Tommy Wiseau's Room is. He deserves an Academy Award if you put his acting up against the stuff in this movie.
Oh my gosh!
It is so ridiculously bad.
Wow.
When you get to the point where they're you can tell they're trying to make a bad movie.
Now, is it bad? So bad you have to watch it, or so bad it's stay away?
No, I don't want to tell anybody to watch this. I would feel horrible if anybody says, "Well, you said it was going to be." It's not good bad.
Like The Wicker Man.
Like The Wicker Man. Even The Room was
It's a cult classic now. People deliberately go to the theaters to watch it.
Like, it was Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's not like bad like that, where it's like a movie that was made that maybe didn't have the full intentions of being a horrible movie that turned into just a bad movie. So you're entertained by it. It's like one of these ones where let's try to make a bad movie with no budget.
Wow.
And it's just going it's I don't know. It's just so bad. It is so bad that it's not even worth watching. Except for what I would do is watch it, but fast forward to like the end part where it's the dinosaur costume fighting the ninjas, and that's the only part
to see it.
Just to see it. If you have an opportunity to go onto YouTube, I'm guaranteeing it's like free on YouTube somewhere. Go and watch like just some of the horrible scenes from this to see how bad it is.
I want to talk about something else that I think is bad. Certainly not as bad as Velocipaster, I'm sure. But it's the new Hugh Laurie show. It's supposed to be a comedy. It's Seth. Is it Seth? Not Seth Rogen. No, it's. I can't remember.
Josh Gad?
Josh Gad. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's called Avenue 5. It is supposed to be a sitcom in space on this Avenue 5. It's like a luxury yacht that's supposed to have, it was supposed to be a 6-month, basically around the solar system. And then something goes wrong in the first episode, and they're now looking at 3.5 years to return, because they're using slingshots around planets to basically give them the velocity to get back. And they're now off course. The premise looked like it was going to be fun because, the Orville is great. The Orville has proved you can take Star Trek quality sci-fi, but give it, well, it's not a parody though, but give it a comedic edge, right?
This should be basically a comedic Love Boat in space is what this should be. But it's not.
And it's trying to be, but it's terrible. And here's the problem I'm having with this. And you said it too. You said the same. Actually, I think these are your words. Is there are no likable characters on this show, and that is absolutely true. I think there's one likable character, and she's the only sane person on the show. She's the engineer,
and she gets about 2 minutes of screen time every episode.
The problem I'm finding, Tycko, with this show, like you said, there's no likable characters because every single character on this show are angry and stupid and just like selfish and self-centered, and there's just nothing likable about anybody or anything they're doing.
It's all surface level. We don't get any backstory on any of them or anything like that. They haven't done any sort of flashbacks into their lives and we're just seeing
stupidity, like
mean people,
mean spirited stupidity. Like there's nothing. I don't know. It's just not even funny. They're trying to be funny, but there is nothing funny about this show. And it's just, I don't know, man. I had high hopes for Avenue 5. It looked like it was going to be fun, but all of the funny bits they showed in the trailer were all from the first episode, and it quickly went downhill from there.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying. I don't think it's going to get renewed unless it gets a major rehaul on some of their writing.
Yeah, no, the writing's terrible. It's awful, and there's actors in it I like.
Yeah,
there's 2 characters from The Office in it. 2 actors from The Office. David. David is, I think it's David, who is the man, the head.
David Wallace.
David Wallace is there, and then the oh god, I can't remember. Gabe. Thank you. Gabe from The Office is there as well, and. I mean, Gabe might be one of the other likable ones because he's so stupid he's funny.
But he's also a jerk. Like he's not likable. You're right. In the room with those people, he's more likable. There's the guy who played Amy's boyfriend, the Pilsner guy, is in it. Amy. On Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. Oh, and Neelix from Star Trek Voyager is in it. Yeah, he's an Ethan Phillips. He's the long-haired ex-astronaut.
Okay.
That's Neelix from Voyager. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the weird thing about that show is I can't stop watching. I got to see where it goes, even though it's terrible.
Like, can it get bad? Can it continue to get bad?
Can it get any worse? And really quick before we end the show, we got 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Okay, go.
Lego Masters, a new reality show, which is literally creating stuff with Lego. It's a reality show. There's going to be a winner, an ultimate winner. So well done. Really, really enjoying this show. It's hosted by Will Arnett. And here's what I love about this show. It is a reality show that they're not afraid of sort of breaking the fourth wall because it's a reality show. Like, Will Arnett consistently pokes fun at reality show tropes and then tries to break those tropes.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I love about it. He's like, well, it is a reality show after all. So I kind of like that. Like, they're not taking themselves seriously, but the competition it's a serious competition, but the creations these Lego Masters make are fantastic. Like, some of the stuff they make, I'm blown away.
You're looking at this stuff and it's like, okay, that, like, I couldn't do that.
I actually looked at one of their creations last week and I'm like, I want that model. Give me the instructions for that model.
Right, which one? Which one was it?
The octopus in space with the bomb coming down and the astronaut above him.
You haven't seen this week's yet then?
I have seen this week's, yes.
Oh, okay. I really liked the diving helmet one.
That was real. I really enjoyed that one too. But some of these models, I'm like, I want this model. Okay, you need to make the instructions, and So anyway, it's called Lego Masters. I think it's about 10 episodes long. They're only on episode 3 so far, but I am really, really enjoying it. I thought it was fun. So fantastic. Love watching them build. I would like to see more like up close to actually watching them build, like a behind the scenes, do like an after show where they focus on the winners build and talk and showing what they've done. Yeah, like it'd be neat if even online you could go on after the show and watch sort of like the recap of each team and actually watch them build from beginning to end. Yeah, that would be really cool. Anyway, that's Lego Masters, but that is the end of this week's show. You can follow the show on Twitter at the OMG Hour. Follow me everywhere as Ziantane. That is Xiantayne. And you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place. Thanks everybody for listening to this week's episode. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again next week. Bye, guys. You know what people should do, Tycko? Sean, what should people do? They should subscribe. If you subscribe, click the button right below us. You know what? Check out these other videos over here. Nope, other way. We got this way, over here. There. I got other way. There. All these videos over here. Check them out. There's probably got to be something you enjoy. Check them out. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching. But click the button, subscribe, and help us out. There. Oh, I'm not even pointing at the camera. There. Goodbye. There. Over there. Goodbye. Once over there. Goodbye.